Hi everybody, welcome to the Matt Mitchell Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head football coach Matt Mitchell. Mitch, a good win for you guys this weekend, 42-21 over Hillsdale, your second win in a row. For the second straight game, your opponent struck first, took an early lead. This week you responded very effectively, 42 unanswered points to pull away and win 42-21. Your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously not the start we wanted to get off to, but at the same time, our kids were excited to play football. You know, we'd came out of the locker room. I thought we had a great pregame warm-up, a lot of snap, a lot of energy, and you know, didn't exactly carry over to the start, but I thought we had a lot of motion throughout the course of the game. Played a very physical team and matched their physicality. So, you know, the second play from scrimmage, you know, we tried to hit Jamie Potts on a play-action pass, and you know, their corner, to their credit, made a nice play on the ball. And then, you know, their third play from scrimmage, we misfit a run a little bit up front, and we continue to have to try to work with our back end of our defense. We couldn't get the guy down, and he runs for a touchdown. So you look up at 7-0, but you know, we came back and responded. Our offense answered the score, and then pretty much continued to roll. And our defense, you know, for the rest of that half, limited them just 41 yards the rest of the half. And I really thought, you know, there was a couple big possessions in that game at the end of the first half for our offense to go down and you know, get that extra touchdown to get us to a 21-point lead was huge, because if we had not scored, they were getting the ball the second half, only down 14. And, you know, could have had a little bit of difference in the way they approached the game, but we got that score up 21. And then we went out and got a 3-and-out on defense, and our offense scored to push it to, you know, a 28-point lead. And so, you know, that's what we needed at the end of that first half and the start of the second half. And I think that's, you know, we're making progress in that area. We're not there yet, but we're making progress and understanding the sense of urgency as you take the field. And at the start of the game and the start of the second half, I thought we got a little bit better in the second half against Hillsdale. Saturday
was about as balanced offensively as you could possibly be. 236 passing yards, 228 rushing yards, about as close to 50-50 as you'll get. Chris Robinson was the hot hand this week, 157 yards, over 7 yards a carry. Heath Parling was back for his first action in 3 weeks, 236 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. 2 of those went to Jamie Potts. He was over 100 yards. Offense really seemed to be clicking on Saturday.
Yeah, well, and we're getting better offensively. And I think there's several factors for that. One, you know, having Heath Parling back under center was big. And he's a leader of this football team. And he is definitely, from a competitive standpoint, it rubs off on other people. What's happening, you know, up front with our O-line tight ends is that we're getting better. You know, at the beginning of the season, Joe Worth was banged up, wasn't playing as well as he can, so he's starting to get healthy, playing better, and we're starting to get some other tight ends that are starting to progress and play better. You know, and that's, you know, we need it. And then now, for the first time, really, we've got some competition on offensive line with Eric LeBoon being out and Cameron Hobbs being out. Now the last 2 weeks, Aaron Cox and Dan DeLuca have stepped in and have, you know, shown some flashes of potential up there. And so now, instead of maybe just having 5, we're going to be heading in this week with some severe competition, you know, with 7 guys for 5 spots. And that's the first time, really, due to health concerns and other things, we've been able to do that, you know. And so I'm looking forward to this week of practice, especially up front. I mean, there's some edge to the guys up front, which there should be, and now they're going to be fighting for some playing time, fighting for some positions. And that's, you know, and in order to be the best team you can be, you need that on your team. You have to have guys fighting for playing time.
On defense, your starters only allowed the 7 points. Hillsdale scored late in the third quarter. I think most of your backups were in at that point, but either way, you only gave up 300 yards total offense. You had 4 sacks, which is even more impressive considering Hillsdale had only been sacked 6 times in their first 4 games. You had 2 interceptions, obviously Deontay Hurst with the pick 6. What were your thoughts on how your defense played?
Well, you know, sans the first, you know, the second run, you know, the first touchdown they got, we did a great job run fitting. You know, we were in pretty good position up front. Our D-line did a good job and really put some pressure on, you know, Marquez Goldman and Deontay Hurst, and you know, we also got Garrett Punier in there. So those are overhang players were playing well against the run. And then we knew we had a chance to have some success when we got down to third down. We got them to third down. We got them into, you know, several 3rd and 7 pluses. We were able to bring some pressure and do some things, just kind of keep La Prairie a little bit off balance and get off the field. So, you know, I think it's just been a big difference in terms of you know, our third down conversion percentage. I mean, we shot up to 62% offensively, converting third downs because we're not chasing the sticks. And then defensively, we're getting off the field. And we're not getting off the field on third down. We're still creating, you know, turnovers. I mean, for us to be at whatever we are, I think we're 4th in the nation in turnover margin, and be 2 and 3 is discouraging. But at the same time, you got to look at the fact that our offense, you know, is doing a better job handling and controlling the ball, and we're doing a great job in defense the whole year of really looking for opportunities to pick balls off and really getting a lot of forced fumbles and doing things to create field position. So, Our defensive kids battled. We're a little thin up front with some positions and got banged up a little bit on Saturday, but the guys that were in there were really battling and fighting hard, and we're playing with a lot of emotion.
Wayne State comes to town this weekend for homecoming. They're 3-2 overall, 2-2 in conference play. It came on a tough loss to Tiffin last week at home, 26-23. That snapped a 3-game winning streak. Odd note, they've only played one road game so far. 4 of their 5 games have been at home, so they'll be in obviously the environment of Lover Stadium on Saturday night. They bring obviously Desmond Martin, the second leading rusher in the GLIAC. Talk about Wayne State, what you know early on already.
They're basically 4 or 5 points away from being 5-0 heading in here. They had an opportunity to win the Michigan Tech game. They had the ball, possession of the ball, 8-point lead, sub 2 minutes, and gave up, the game-tying score, on a last-second field goal. The game-winning score, last-second field goal. And then last week, they only lose by 3 points at home to Tiffin with some opportunities. So, offensively, there's some challenges with their offense. Desmond Martin is a very good tailback. We faced some really good backs at the beginning of the season. He's right up there with some of the other better backs that we've seen. And then they're running a 2-quarterback system. Carl Roscoe has been the guy that's their starter and is a little bit more, when he's in there, it's a more traditional offense. He can definitely push the ball down the field vertically. He can take the top off the defense with the pass. And that is a change up, and this is similar to what they did against us last year. They bring in Doug Griffin, who's extremely powerful runner between the tackles, very hard to bring down. And they'll run a lot of different formations and motions and just a lot of moving parts. So our defensive kids really have their handfuls in terms of their preparation this week, just because they run a lot of different personnel groups, a lot of formations. They have multiplicity at the quarterback position. There's a lot of things you have to be ready for in terms of what they do. And then their defense is athletic. It's probably a little bit more athletic than the past couple of defenses we've seen, and they tend to bring some pressure and try to keep it off balance that way, and have done a good job getting tackles for losses and sacks and negative plays. And so we've avoided the negative play against a couple of teams that runs more base defense. It's going to be more of a challenge this week, DJ, just because of the athletes and the pressure that they will bring. We can't get in situations like we were at the beginning of the season where we're chasing the sticks all afternoon. You said you're looking forward to this week in practice. We talked about Wayne State going into Saturday's game. What do you want to see from your team going out? Again, homecoming, you're back in front of your home fans again. I think obviously getting back in Lovers is going to be awesome. We've close to, I think, 30,000 between the first 2 games, and hopefully we get another great crowd with good weather here, and the students come out and support this football team. Defensively, we're still trying to make progress in the back end of our defense, and I just need some guys back there have a sense of urgency, understand they got to have a great week of preparation because they are going to be challenged this week. Offensively, like I said, I'm looking forward to the competition up front, the offensive line. I don't even know sitting here today who potentially could start a line, but it's a good thing that we have that competition. And then, just the excitement to play the game, the sense of urgency throughout the course of the week, and excitement to take the field on Saturday, and really just cherishing our opportunities to play again and play in front of a great home crowd. Grand Valley State, Wayne State this Saturday night. It's homecoming at Lover Stadium at 7 p.m. this Saturday. Mitch, thanks for your time. Best of luck. All right, thanks. Thanks for watching the Matt Mitchell Show here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.